We are on the next leg of our trip. We are on the train and the dining car from Prague to Dresden, and just thought we'd take a minute to have a quick bite to eat. It looks delicious.
And even though it's noontime, it is actually happy hour right now.
Happy hour for food,
Yes.
so we saved a little money.
And that means that the prices are lower while we're still in the Czech Republic, and then they go up once we cross into Germany. Very strange arrangement, but works to our benefit. So here's the dining car. It's kind of nice. We're actually parked at a train station right now, but it's a nice place to eat in comfort and sit for a while. It's a very relaxing way to drive or to ride in Europe.
See you in Germany.
Okay, we're finally here in Dresden, and behind us is the most famous landmark of Dresden called Der Zwinger, or the Zwinger. It's actually a former palace that is now a museum and art gallery. It was completely destroyed in the war, and they meticulously rebuilt it to the original looks and specifications. And this is just the back side of it. We will see the front side of it tomorrow. And what would any big city be without a giant Ferris wheel? So here we are on the inside courtyard of the Zwinger, or the Zwinger. It's one of the most significant Baroque buildings in Europe. And unfortunately, it's 300 years old and it's always under construction. So there's a lot of construction stuff going on here. But it is an amazing building. It's got so much ornate detail with 600 some statues and all kinds of ornamentation along the outside of the building. We have lots of pictures of it, so hopefully we can attach some to the video. We'll give you a little round shot here. Brighter. Tilt it down a little bit. Look at this beautiful dome.
And Ferris wheel all going.
Yes. Talk about an old car. Wow, this looks like a beautiful replica of an old car from the turn of the century.
Yeah,
I mean, the turn of the previous century.
It looks like it could be like a horse and buggy. The
Yes.
design,
Yes.
coach.
This is what they call a horseless carriage. So today we are in Berlin, and we are in pretty much downtown Berlin, and behind us is the Reichstag, which is the seat of the German parliament. It's kind of comparable to the Capitol in Washington, D.C. see the big German flag here. Now there's an interesting historical story. When Hitler first came to power, he burned down, he had his people burn down the Reichstag, and he blamed it on the Communist Party. And as a consequence, abolished it and imprisoned their leaders, and so he was able to take over that power vacuum. Of course, it was rebuilt after the war, and they added this cupola in the back that is very modern just in the last couple of decades.
We're in Berlin this morning, and we're standing outside of the TV Tower of Berlin. It used to be the city center of East Berlin, and you have to have a negative COVID test, which we don't want to go through it again, even though we've been vaccinated, so we're just looking at it from the outside.
Back there is kind of the long line to get in, and here's the tower. This was the pride of East Berlin and East Germany. At one point, one of the tallest towers in Europe. Ironically, at the top of it, there's this glass dome, and it reflects the sun in the shape of a cross. And for communist East Berlin, of course, that was kind of an insult. So the West Germaners called that the revenge of the Pope. And here is one of the iconic East German cars, the Trabant. Every East German wanted to have one. They only had to wait about 15 years to get one. So as soon as the baby was born, they would order the car. So he would have one when he had to get his driver's license. Today we are in the city of Potsdam. It's a city just a little bit south of Berlin, and this is a very historical city. During World War II, at the end of World War II, there was the Treaty of Potsdam, where all the victorious allies came together and decided on the future of Germany, which was not far from here where we are now. But right now we are at the summer palace of the King of Prussia, and later on the Emperor of Germany. It's called Sans Souci, which means no worries in French, because he was on vacation and didn't want to be bothered. This is a beautiful Baroque palace with all these columns here in the colonnade, and you have the entrance of the palace, which was kind of designed in the style of Versailles, and it has beautiful gardens in the back, of which we will show you many more pictures and videos later on. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to take pictures or film inside, so this is the best we can do on the outside here. This is a beautiful gazebo that's part of the outside of the palace here. So here we are on the back side of Sans Souci. This side is way more impressive than the front, actually. It's got tons of little statues all along holding up the roof, and it's got a garden terrace on top. Beautiful green little dome. And over here are the gardens that are very, very impressive as well. Again, this was kind of modeled after Versailles. The gardens are actually huge. They're like almost 2 miles long. And there's another palace on the other end of it. Here we are down in the gardens and looking at the back side of Sans Souci. You see these walls on the side with greenery? Those are actually grapevines and fig trees all the way to the top. The king really liked plants of all kinds. There's actually little orange trees here, and there is an orangery down the road here where they actually had the orange trees inside for the winter to help them survive. Of course, they're not native to Germany, especially this part of northern Germany here. And there again is the fountain. Beautiful, with statues all around. So here we are at the bottom of the garden, and we have the road in front of us to the new palace that was built maybe 100 years or so after this one. It's about 1.5 miles from here, and unfortunately we don't have the time today to go look at that, but it's also a very beautiful palace. But this is definitely an area worth seeing if you come to the Berlin region. We are approaching the old downtown of Potsdam here. Behind us is the Brandenburg Gate. Brandenburg is the state that Potsdam is part of, and is actually the capital of Potsdam and the seat of the government. And behind the gate is the old city of Brandenburg, the old downtown. Everything has to come to an end, and it's the end of our vacation. We're on our last night in Paris. We just got back from visiting my parents in Greece, and on our way back we have one stop over in Paris for one evening, and here we are, the Seine in the background, and just wanted to say goodbye. It's been an amazing trip, and thank you for watching and following us along this far.
Yes, and for the very last night to be in Paris one more time and see the sights is really amazing.
It's been a beautiful time, and we just love Paris. We just got up on the wrong metro stop and discovered a new side of Paris that we hadn't seen before, and it's just amazing. It's amazing everywhere. It's beautiful.
It is.
Have a good time. Thank you for watching. Bye.